Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Fluent and Fun, English Made Easy. I'm Lois.
And I'm Alina, and today's episode is a little different, and a little special.
Yup, because today, we're reminding you of something important. You're better at English than you think.
That's right. If you've ever felt like you're not improving, or like everyone else is way ahead of you, this episode is your confidence booster.
So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let us remind you how far you've really come, and why your English is more amazing than you realize. So let's start with a big question. Why do so many English learners feel like they're not good enough, even when they're making real progress?
Such a good question, and honestly, a lot of it has to do with how we measure our own skills. Most of the time, we only notice our mistakes, not our growth.
Right? We focus on the one word we forgot, or the grammar we messed up, and completely ignore the fact that we just held a full conversation in a second language. That's amazing.
Exactly. And sometimes we compare ourselves to native speakers, or to people who've been learning English for years longer than we have.
Or we judge our skills based on how fluent we sound, rather than how well we actually communicate. And that's a huge difference.
Here's the truth. You don't need perfect grammar, a big vocabulary, or a native accent to be good at English.
What really matters is, can you express your ideas? Can you understand others? Are you improving over time?
If you answered yes to even one of those, you're doing great. And you're better than you think.
And just to drive it home, fluency is not perfection. It's communication. It's about connecting, sharing, laughing, learning. Not about speaking like a robot or a textbook.
So in today's episode, we're throwing out the negativity, and helping you see just how far you've come.
You're not starting from zero. You've already got the skills. You just need to notice them. Let's go. Let's take this deeper. So many learners tell us, I feel stuck, but guess what? Feeling stuck is often a sign that you're on the edge of a breakthrough.
Yup, it means your brain is busy processing and organizing what you've learned. Learning a language isn't always loud or obvious, it's often silent, happening in the background.
Exactly. Here's another sign you're improving. You can finish sentences in your head. Maybe you're listening to us or watching a show, and your brain goes, oh, I know what's coming next. That means your intuition in English is growing.
And here's a fun one. You laugh at English jokes. Maybe a meme, a pun, or a punchline in a movie actually makes you laugh out loud. That's not just understanding the words, that's getting the culture and humor. Huge win.
Or maybe you've started to notice grammar mistakes in subtitles or captions, and you're like, hey, that's not right. Congratulations. You're now catching things like a native speaker would.
One more big one. You've had moments when you forgot you were using English. You were just talking, texting, reading, and then realized, oh wow, I didn't even think about it. That's flow. That's fluency. That's proof.
So if you ever feel like you're not moving forward, take a step back and ask yourself, what can I do now that I couldn't do 6 months ago?
Write those things down. Keep a progress journal. Your future self will thank you. Now it's time to flip the script. You're the star of this next part. Let's do a little guided reflection. Think of this as your English confidence check-in.
We'll ask a few more deep dive questions to help you realize just how far you've come. Ready?
Okay. Question 1. Can you introduce yourself in English without looking at a script? Even if it's short, even if you stumble a bit, can you do it?
Question 2. Have you ever helped someone understand something in English? Maybe a friend, coworker, or classmate?
Question 3. Have you sent a message in English recently without double-checking every single word? That's confidence in action.
Question 4. Do you understand different accents better now than you did before?
Final question. Have you ever made a mistake in English, and then kept going anyway?
If you said yes to any of these, guess what? You're not just learning English. You're living it, and that's something to celebrate.
In fact, we encourage you to celebrate it. Right now, say out loud, I'm doing better than I think.
Say it with us. I'm doing better than I think.
I'm doing better than I think. Yes, you are. Let that confidence shine.
Alright, Fluent and Fun fam, it's challenge time. But not the kind that stresses you out. This one's all about proving to yourself that you're already doing great.
We call this the confidence challenge, and it's super simple, but super powerful.
Here's what you do. Choose one thing in English that used to scare you, or that you thought you couldn't do, and do it this week.
For example, maybe it's joining a short English conversation online or in person. Sending a voice message in English to a friend. Commenting in English on a YouTube video or Instagram post. Reading a full article without translating. Watching a movie with no subtitles.
Yes, and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is not perfection. The goal is action. You're building proof that you're better than you think.
And here's the fun part. We want to cheer you on. So if you're up for it, record yourself doing your challenge, or write about it, and comment below.
Whether it's a 10-second clip or a short post, we might even feature your story in our next episode.
Because when you share your progress, you don't just inspire yourself, you inspire others to believe in their English too.
So go for it, do your challenge, share your win, and most of all, be proud of how far you've come.
You're growing every time you try.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. Overcome the fear of making mistakes.
If you take one thing away from today, let it be this. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. Every sentence you speak in English, flaws and all, is proof that you're growing.
Mistakes don't mean failure. They mean you're using the language, not just studying it. And that's what real fluency is all about.
So, go ahead, mess up a little. Laugh at your mistakes, learn from them, and keep going. Confidence comes from doing, not waiting until everything's perfect.
And remember, we're here cheering you on every step of the way. If you found today's episode helpful or inspiring, share it with someone else who's learning English, or maybe just needs a little boost.
Don't forget to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got more fun, helpful, real-life English tips coming your way.
Oh, and next time on Fluent and Fun,
we're playing a game. It's called, What Would You Say If? A confidence-building speaking challenge where we throw out fun or awkward situations, and you practice how you'd respond in real life.
Think of it as improv practice, but for real English conversations. It's going to be so much fun, and you won't want to miss it.
So hit follow, leave a review if you loved this episode, and
see you next time, and remember, you're doing better than you think. Bye.